Yes. Okay. Okie doke. Okay, so lying onto your backs, guys, we're going to start with some breathing. And because some of you are new to the class, I kind of want to introduce you to imprinting and releasing as well, okay? But then we're going to move on pretty quick, so hopefully you can keep up. So lying onto your backs, okay? Bring your knees hip distance apart and your feet hip distance apart, obviously. And placing your hands onto your lower rib cage, okay? And placing your fingers on the inner part of the ribs. So you're hugging the ribs with your hands, okay? From here, just relaxing the abdominal region. No tension in the lower back. Just relax it fully. And just kind of wiggle the hips side to side so you get your pelvic area into a new position. You're not on mute. We're going to take an inhale here. And on the exhale, I want you to breathing into your nose. On the exhale, I want you to slowly bring your pubic bone up towards the ceiling. In. And hold on, I'm going to mute everybody. Some people are wait. Bring your pubic bone up towards the ceiling, holding here, guys. And stay for an inhale. So you're basically locking the lower part of your spine down onto the mat. Pubic bone is lifted up and the hip bones are lowering. From here, take an inhale. And on the exhale, I want you to roll your pubic bone away as if there's a marble on your belly button. And you're going to roll that marble down towards the pubic bone. So you're lifting the rib cage up towards the ceiling, arching your lower back, getting a lovely stretch along the stomach area and the lower abdominal area. We're going to inhale here. And on the exhale, slowly rolling your spine back onto the mat, one vertebra at a time. Bring your pubic bone up towards the ceiling. And bringing the rib cage down, really activating the abdominal region. You should feel your ribs lowering down towards your pelvis, okay? Inhaling here, and then exhaling, slowly rolling onto the tailbone or the lower spine. And as you do that, you should feel your ribs lifting towards the ceiling, your stomach lengthening and stretching, and really getting a lovely opening here of the abdominal region. Inhale here, and then exhale again, rolling through imprint. Put your hand on your lower back. And feel your spine compressing down onto your hand here, guys. Okay, just make sure that you're aware of what imprint is. So your lower back should be imprinting onto that hand that's on the floor. Take it away then, staying here for an inhale, and then exhale again, rolling your pelvis forward, bringing your hip bones higher than your pubic bone, and bringing that belly button up towards the ceiling and really lengthening that stomach area. Good. Be aware of what's happening in the knee area. Try to keep them nice and straight. Inhale here, we're going to go for 2 more, and exhale, rolling through, imprint again, lowering that lower back onto the mat, bring the rib cage down, drop the shoulders away from the ears, and holding here for an inhale. And then exhale, rolling through the spine again, onto the tailbone. Go as low down as you can to that lower spine area, so you get a lovely extension of the spine, lovely stretch along the stomach area, and the hip flexors a little bit. And stay for 1 more inhale and exhale, last imprint. I'm just going to make sure me or arm is in. Lower that lower back onto the mat. Stay for an inhale here, and then slowly exhaling, rolling that spine away. And then bring your knees into your chest, and then rock on the spine side to side. Keeping the knees nicely hugged in against the chest. Poor Alma couldn't make the class, something going wrong with her end, I think. Unfortunately. Okay, from here, guys, we're just going to do 1 more exercise on our back here, and then we're going out to all fours. So I'm going to get you to bring your knee into tabletop position, okay? So that means 90-degree angle with your leg, okay, to the floor. And then bring your pelvis into neutral. So neutral, for those that are new, is when your hip bones and your pubic bone are completely level. They're not imprinted and they're not extended through. So nice level plane. From here, you're going to lower and lift that right leg or left leg, whichever one you have up, touch the floor and bring it back. Controlling the pelvic area in a nice sturdy position. There should be no movement going on here in the pelvic region. And just lower and lifting in your own time, not too fast, please. Kind of generally lowering down for 3-4 seconds and coming up for 3 or 4 seconds, okay? So it's all about control, bringing the leg down, being aware of what's going on, feeling what muscles are working to support you here. And make sure that you're not putting too much pressure on the lower back as that leg lowers. If you're feeling this pressure on your lower back, don't go so low with the foot. Just bring it kind of halfway down, okay? So even just about there and then bring it back, okay? Everybody's different. Just give me 2 more. Good. One more. Very good. And then bring that leg up to 90 and place it back down onto the floor. From here, bringing the other leg up to tabletop position, pointed toes. Make sure that the legs are hip distance apart, and then lower and lift. Sometimes you might feel like a clicking sensation going on in your lower back when your legs are moving through this, this exercise. That's completely normal, but if it is sore in any way, just don't go so low with the leg. Just bring your leg kind of halfway or 3/4 way down, and that clicking should stop. Okay, that's only if it's really sore or irritating you a little bit. So again, control, feel what's happening at your stomach. Just place your hands on your belly and your fingers on your belly, and make sure that the belly button is drawn downwards towards the spine. Abs are active, ribs are staying down, and that pelvis is neutral. A lot to think about. All right. And again, make sure that other leg that's on the floor isn't going outwards, that it's staying straight. Okay. And there's no tension in the body, that you're breathing as you lift, exhaling as you lower. Give me one more, please. Very good. And then we're going to bring our knees into our chest, okay? We're going to go on to all fours, finish our warm-up on all fours, and then we'll get cracking. I have an exercise down today, and I'm not too sure whether to intro it, but I asked Sinead Brady, and she said, yes. She didn't really. She said, I hate them. So I'll see how we get on, okay? We're coming on to all fours. We're going to do cat-cow. Again, we're warming up, so those that are new to the class, the momentum will pick up a little bit and it will get a little bit harder, okay? So knees directly under the hips, hands directly under the shoulders. If anyone's suffering with their wrists, you can come onto your fists, or these ones maybe. And then as you go on and the intensity gets higher and you have to put your hands down, then you can put your hands down. But for now, maybe anyone that suffers with any wrist issues, just come onto your fists. So you're opening up that wrist area. Okay, so nice relaxed spine. Wiggle out the hips. Relax the lower back. You can relax your feet actually down for now. No tension in the body. Take an inhale here, okay? And those that are new, just focus in on what I'm doing here for now, because there's a bit to it. You're going to tuck your tailbone under, so your head stays where it is. So you're really bringing your hips in underneath you. You're rounding the stomach area, lower back area. You're pushing into the floor with your hands to drive your mid-spine towards the ceiling like an angry cat. Then you release your head down, looking at your legs here, okay? You're going to stay for an inhale, and then on the exhale, keep your head where it is. You're thinking with the lower part of your body here, so sticking the bum away, lower your lower belly or your lower back towards the floor. So you're bringing your belly button towards the floor, softening the mid-back, and then your head comes up last, okay? Inhale to stay, exhale, tucking the pelvis in underneath you, so your tailbone is really tucking in under you. Your abs are fighting to bring you into this position. Drive your arms into the floor, your hands into the floor, shoulder blades away, and then relax your head down. No tension in the head or the neck. Inhale to stay, and then exhale, bring your bum away. Really feeling what's happening here. Each vertebrae is getting some mobility and movement into it. It's something that we don't really work on too often. We're going to inhale here and exhale unless you're a regular doing Pilates, okay? And unless you're really, really good. Keep moving, guys. Drive the spine to ceiling. Really good, and you're doing these exercises on a daily basis. Inhale to stay, and then exhale again. Bring the hips away. Soften the spine. Arms stay straight. They do not bend. And the head comes up last. We're going to go for two more. Inhale. Exhale. Tuck in the pelvis. Head stays where it is. Drive that spine to ceiling. Shoulder blades pull further away from each other. Then your head comes down last. Okay, so we're basically walking up the vertebrae and then walking back down or back up it again. So bum away, walking back up it again. We're softening everything, bringing the spine downwards. And then the head comes up last. And we're going to go for one more, please. Tucking the tailbone. Just make sure Alma is okay. And then all the way through, relax the head down. Stay for an inhale here. And then slowly release again, please. Very good. And back to neutral position, okay? Staying on all fours. Relax your hands down onto the mat for this next exercise for anyone that was on their fists. Make sure your knees are right under the hips. From here, stay facing me if you can for this exercise. So use the opposite arm to facing the computer basically. So I'm going to use my right arm, the furthest one away. I'm going to reach in underneath my opposite arm, under the armpit. Bend the elbow slightly of that opposite arm. facing the nearest one to the computer for me. And you're going to lower that arm down to the floor, shoulder as close as possible, and really reaching down. Try bring your head downwards to the floor and holding this position, breathing into it. Try keep the hips as level as possible, resting that shoulder down as close as possible as you can. Doesn't matter if you're not touching the floor. Rest your head down fully and just breathing into this position. Relax your arm once it's down. Breathe into it for another 3, 2, 1. And when you're ready, slowly bring that arm back along the floor, pushing into the floor with that opposite hand and bring it back to where it began, okay? We're right under that shoulder. Again, bring your awareness to your back and pelvic region. Make sure it's relaxed. Inhale. And then on the exhale, tucking that other arm, walking it in underneath the opposite arm, under the armpit, and reaching down away from you. Bending that opposite arm to assist you getting down to the floor a little bit deeper, okay? Try not to feed into the hips too much, so try to keep the bum where it's situated rather than leaning into that hip. Only go as far as those hips allow you. And that back allows you, so if that's up here, that's fine. But when you get into that set position, kind of go a little bit deeper down into it, kind of press down so you get a nice stretch along that shoulder area, rotator cuffs. And a little bit of mobilization into the spine as well. Breathing into it, big breaths. And then slowly walking that hand back up, okay? From here, guys, you're gonna come on to your elbows, please. We're gonna extend the left leg, and then you're gonna extend the right leg, and then bring your bum down level with your shoulders, please. We're just holding this position for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently place your right knee down and then your left knee down. Place your hands back onto the floor. Bring your left leg into extension and then your right leg. And then bring your bum towards the ceiling, walking your hands back, heels down into a downward dog position, please, looking down at your legs. Holding. And then soften the elbows, little bend in the elbows and walk the legs. So marching the legs, getting a little stretch. Don't bounce too hard on the Achilles. Just gently pushing the heel down and support yourself with kind of bent arm position if you're struggling, okay? So walking those legs out, getting a lovely stretch in the backs of the legs and not bouncing, as I said, too hard. Control that eccentric movement, loading the legs, the lower parts of the legs, and then walk your hands forward into plank position, holding here, please. Staying for an inhale and exhale. Breathing in, really pushing into the floor, draw the shoulder blades away. And then place your left knee down and place your right knee down. Come into shell stretch, go wide with the knees, sitting back onto your heels as close as possible and relaxing your head down to the floor if you can. Or if you want to rest your arms in front, place your head on your hands, okay? From here, coming up onto all fours, onto your knees, and then bringing your right leg in front, please. Make sure your knee is directly over your ankle bones to begin, all right? You don't want it too far forward to start. Right over those ankle bones. Bring your hands down, and when you're ready, tuck your left toes underneath you and extending that left leg nice and long. Chest is rested on the thigh area here. We're going to walk the hands slightly in front of that forefoot, the legs in front, and you're going to lean forward into that front leg ever so slightly, putting really good strong weight into the toe area, and then leaning back ever so slightly, walk the hands level with the foot and putting more weight into the heel area of this front leg, okay? So it's a very small movement. This back leg stays strong, guys, and straight. Again, bring the hands in front, support yourself, and walking or leaning a little bit deeper into that stretch. So the back leg kind of moves forward and you're putting weight into the toe box area. Leaning into that front leg and then bring the hands back and leaning back into that leg. This is the last warm-up exercise. Bring the knee down, bring your hands in front, and I want them on the inner part of the foot. So both hands are on the inside of the front foot, okay? From there, releasing the one nearest the leg, okay? Release that arm, And you're going to do rotation, reaching towards the ceiling. Relax the back foot down, reaching up, looking at that hand towards the ceiling, breathing into it. Try to keep the hips facing down, that you're not rotating from the hips. It's more kind of from the lower kind of abdominal region, so where the belly button is, you're kind of rotating from there. And then we're going to place that hand down and place it on the opposite side of the foot, so both hands are either side of the foot. Coming back up and walk that leg forward. Okay, from there we're going to extend the other leg back, nice and long. Okay, get into position first, hands either side of that front foot, and when you're ready, extend that back leg. Okay, walking the hands forward, I want you to slowly lean forward into that front foot. So you're feeling more weight coming from midfoot to forefoot, right into those toes. The toes are clawing down here, activating those tendons. Okay, holding it, extending that back leg, squeezing the glute of the back leg. Then walk your hands back and bring your leg slowly back here. Okay, so your knee is moving slightly back, right back where it started, and the weight is coming into the heel area here. All right, so the different parts of the leg are working then. You feel more going on in the hamstring here, and the glutes, really pushing into the floor. We're going to walk the hands forward just one more time. Leaning forward into that leg, toes driving down to the floor. And then walking them back, last time, and really digging that heel down. Okay, hold, placing that knee onto the floor, and then bringing both hands onto the inner part of that leg. Now it's the arm as nearest that leg, the front leg, that releases, and we're going to rotate towards that front leg. Looking up at the ceiling, reaching those fingers nice and long. It's a lovely stretch. Holding, you can really feel it around kind of the top of your backside, where it attaches onto the pelvic region. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Give me one more big inhale. And as you exhale, lower the arm down, back to where it started. Bring it to the other side of the foot. And when you're ready, come up off that floor with the back leg and driving forward. Let yourself just hang down, bent knee position, and just rocking side to side with your upper body. No tension. And then slowly walking your hands back up. And walk back to the start, after the end of your mat, okay? We're going to place our hands onto the floor. We're going to walk back down into a plank position, extending the legs, please. Nice long line with the body. Let's begin the class. The fun begins. Okay, squeezing the glutes. Draw the belly button in nice and tight. Breathing through this movement. Pushing the heels away and really lengthening the backs of the legs, okay? The lower part. Squeezing the glutes. Breathing into it. We're going to go for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently place your knees down, please. And come on to all fours. Okay? Hands are under the shoulders, knees under your hips. Hip distance apart, please. Tuck in the toes. Take an inhale here. And on the exhale, you're going to lift both knees off the floor. The lower part of the leg should be parallel to the mat. No higher. Legs parallel. 90-degree angle with your hip and the lower part of your leg. Staying here. Breathing through. Draw that belly button to spine. Should be a bit of shaking going on through the arms here. Slowly place the legs down. Walking to the end of your mat. This is a new one, guys. And I'm going to challenge you a little bit because I've been quite nice. I'm going to get rid of my mat. Okay. So we're going to come up into all fours and lift like we just did. We're going to do bear crawl. Okay. Walking the right leg, right arm forward, left leg, left arm forward, right leg. Right arm forward, left, left arm forward, right. Then we're going to go back. Right leg goes back, left arm goes back. Left leg goes back, right arm goes back. Left arm, right leg. One more move. Right arm, left leg. We're going forward again. Forward with that right arm. Left leg. Left arm. Right leg. right arm, come on, left leg, one more this way, left arm, right leg, hold, back again, right leg, left arm, last time, right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg, one more, right arm, left leg, bring your hands and legs back to where they began, and dropping down. That was for Sinead. And coming down into shell stretch, please. I'd love to have seen you all doing that move. And come back into child's pose, please. I'd say it was all very so graceful. Happy birthday, Barbara. Okay. Okay, just a few more on our front. Okay, sorry for those with wrist issues, but actually for after this one, you can go on to your elbows. Okay. So again, all four position. And we're going to go with Supermans. We're going to extend the left leg nice and long, tucking the toes. Gently locking out the knee. You can relax the other foot down or tuck the toes. We're reaching that opposite arm. And we're going to slowly bring our arm and leg in towards our mid-body. And then extend away. Slowly bring it in as you breathe in. Slowly extending. That's 2. Bring it in. Breathe in, exhale. So breathing in as you bring it in, exhaling as you go away. Slow and controlled, guys. Breathing, guys. You should hear my breathing. It should make you want to breathe properly. That's why I'm exaggerating it a bit. 4 more. 3. 2. Last one. Hold. Reaching that arm and leg really long. Reaching out of the shoulder, reaching out of the hip. Pointing those toes to get a longer line with the body or the leg. Place the hand down. Place the knee down. And come into shell stretch, please. So for those that are new to the class, generally when you do like a lower back exercise like that, where you're feeding to the lower back, come into shell stretch. It's very warm today, so please drink water throughout the class. Very warm, very humid. Okay, so from here, guys, again, neutral spine before you lift. Okay, extending the opposite leg nice and long, and reaching that opposite arm. Hand facing down or inwards, whatever feels right on your shoulder. You can feel, test it yourself. And we're going to bring the arm and leg in towards each other slowly, but they're staying in a straight line. So that arm comes straight in and that leg comes straight in. You're not going in an angle towards each other. Bringing that in, reaching away. Inhale, exhale. Please try and breathe properly because it makes such a difference to the movement and your mind and your body when this class is all over. The amount of oxygen that's pumping around when you breathe properly, guys. It's so good for you. Well done. Clearing out all the junk in the body, all the toxins. Good. Nearly there. Keep moving, please. Do 2 more. 1 more. Holding this position, please. Reaching that leg and arm opposite directions. Staying strong with the other arm, no bend. And placing that hand down and come into shell stretch, please. Okay, we're going to come onto our elbows for the next exercise. Resting the head down. When you're ready, resting the elbows down under the shoulders and bringing your hands into a prayer-like position, okay? And your knees under the hips to begin. We're going to tuck the toes of the opposite leg and then bring the other leg into a 90-degree angle to the floor. Bring the toes down. So you're going to tuck the toes of the leg that's lifted also. From here, we're going to lower and lift that leg to knee. 2 knees meet and then you bring it back up. Then lower that leg down and bring it back up. Good. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. Good. halfway. And again, the lower back shouldn't be feeling anything here. You're not kind of going so far with that leg that you're arching your lower spine. The lower back does not move. It's literally from the hip socket that's moving. Just give me 2 more. Controlling the abdominal region, so draw that belly button in. Bring that leg up, okay? You're gonna bring your heel to your backside, squeezing that hamstring. A few people might cramp here, I'm sorry if you do, and then extend that leg straight. So the upper thigh is staying where it is. Bring that heel to your bum and extending. Hamstring curl. Nice cramping going on in the hamstring maybe for a few of you. I'm sorry if it is. Come into a stretch position if you start to cramp. So bring your foot down like this if you're cramping, okay? Keep going, everybody. It looks easy. So literally the thigh area doesn't move. It's the lower part of the leg. Bring that heel towards your bum, squeezing and extending. 2 more. 1. Good. Okay, point the toes. Lower and lift that leg for 10, 9, and again, just watch if you can. Don't arch your back like that, okay? It's control. Upper body does not move. Control-ology. 3, 2, and 1. Bring that leg down, please. Bring that leg underneath you. Tuck it under, okay? And then sit onto that high area. If you need to walk your hands up, do so. So for those that are wondering what I'm doing with my body right now, you're bringing that leg underneath you like so, okay? And then sitting back onto it. Good. You can bring your elbows down if you want. Bring your body down if you want, and rest. But if you're finding that too tough, just put your hands down to take the pressure off your leg if it's too much, or your hip. Okay? So we're going to do that on the other side. Actually, 2 more on this side, and then we're going to go on to the other side. Okay, sorry. And we're going to extend that leg back up. Bring the toes down, and we're going to pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So you're going halfway down. 3, 2, 1. Straighten that leg, point the toes. Nice long line with the leg. Bring it over the other side of your body. So reaching down the opposite side of the foot. That's the other leg. And then bring it wide. Draw a semicircle over that foot that's on the floor and go down and touch wide of the hip area. And over and back. So you're going wider than the hip area on both sides. Draw a semicircle over that foot and then bring it back down. Over and back. These aren't easy, so if you're struggling, you're not on your own. They ain't nice. Your core is working to hold you up as well here. Your arms are tiring because you're supporting your body weight. It's all leaning down. A lot of pressure on the shoulders. We're nearly there. 3 more. Good. 2. 1 more, guys, and then we'll go on to the other side. And bring that leg down. Shallow stretch, please, and then we'll do the other side. Go wide with your knees. Lower down. Reach those arms long. Lift the elbows up. Take some water if you need it. Don't want you feeling weak. Okay, elbows down. Other leg. Okay, bring that leg to 90 degrees. Toes down. Okay, draw that belly button in. And we're going to lower and lift that leg. Okay, up and down. Good. Halfway. Keep going, you're doing really well. Time is flying. It'll be over before you know it. 2 more. 1 more. Good. Extending that leg, pointing the toes, straight line with the leg. Lower and lift for 10, 9, 8, 7. And please feel what's happening in that lower spine. There shouldn't be too much dipping down at that lower back. 3, 2, 1. Bend the leg, toes towards you. Bring that heel towards your backside and slowly lengthen that leg. Bring that heel towards your backside. Slowly lengthen. slowly bring it in. And extend away. And as you bring that leg away, you're contracting your quad, so gently locking out the knee, not too hard. Halfway. Push into the elbows, draw the shoulder blades away. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. And then we're going to stretch that leg like we did the other side. So I'll come facing you. Bring that in, under, and then sitting back. Anyone that's finding that too difficult can lie onto their back and bring their knee across their body and stretch this way. Okay, so that's another option as well. And you'll still get the same stretch. Okay, we're going to do the other exercises to finish off this side. Going back down at your elbows. And we're going to bring that leg back up to 90 degrees, toes down towards you. We're going to pulse the leg for 10. Halfway down and back up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Point that toe area. Extend the leg over and back. So reaching the leg over away from you. And then draw the same circle and bring it back. Wider than hip distance. And over and back. And again, feel what's happening in the pelvic region. There shouldn't be too much, as I said, feeding into the lower back. So if you feel that's happening, lower the leg. Feel the inner thigh muscles working here as you draw that leg across your midline. Good, halfway. Nearly there. We're over halfway in the class as well, guys, which is great. We're on the home stretch. Halfway is always the hardest point of a race, where you generally lose your time. Stay focused. Last one. Give me 1 more, please. And we're done on this. Bring those legs down. Shell stretch for the last time here. And coming down. Take a breather. Take a sip of water also, if you need it. And we're going to come into press up position. Okay? You'd be glad to know. So I'm going to give various different options. So for those that are really brutal at press ups, okay, you can come onto all fours in a 90-degree angle. Okay? I'll be really nice. Go wide with your hands and literally lower and lift your face to the mat and then come back up. This is very, very beginner style. Okay? Anyone else? Walk the knees back. Make sure your legs are kind of 45-degree angle to the floor. Bring your hands a little bit closer, and then you're bringing your chest down. Any advanced people can come into the full lying plank position. And even if you want to start with the full ones and then go down to your knees, that's fine also. Anyway, we're going for 12 reps. I'm going for my knees. I'm not interested. I'm tired. Okay, and we're going 45-degree angle, as I said, from the thigh area. And we're going to go for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, good, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Coming onto your all fours and then bringing your body down onto the mat. Slowly into a seated position, sitting up nice and tall, reach the hands long. Slowly rounding the pelvic region, the abdominal region, and roll yourself slowly, slowly down onto the floor. Keep the feet down, relaxing down. We're going to come into bridge position. So resting the head down. If you have anything under your head here, please take it out. Your head should completely be flat. There should be nothing obstructing the head or putting pressure on the neck. Feet hip distance apart, hands down by your sides. From here, guys, we're just going to warm our lower spines up a little bit more, just coming into this bridge position. So driving the hips up slowly for the first few. And then coming down slowly, 1 vertebra at a time. This is one, guys, that I really like, but I'd be very mindful of some people doing them and going too high and going too fast doing them also, and pushing their hips up too quickly, and again pressing into that lower spine. So just always kind of take the first couple of ones fairly slow, and then you can take up the momentum then from there. I know we're well warmed up, but I'm just always wary of that lower back region, okay? So rolling through imprint, pushing the hips up towards the floor, and then coming back down slowly, one vertebrae at a time, releasing the pelvis. And it's a nice little stretch as well before and during the class. Okay, and lower down. It's nice to have a little downtime. You're doing great, everybody, I'm sure. I hope. Make sure your feet are level also. So as I have mentioned before, I always bring my big toes together, touch them together, and just see, make sure that your feet aren't staggered like one's in front of the other, because that obviously would throw everything out. And make sure your knees are hip distance apart, and if they're not going outwards, splaying outwards. Going for one more of these, please. Well done. Okay, from here, guys, just placing your fingertips in on your hip area, and your elbows come wide and relaxed, okay? So there should be no tension in the shoulders, dropping the shoulders away from the ears. From here, driving the hips up. We're not rolling the spine in and out. We're just kind of focusing on that hip area. So literally separate your pelvic region from your spine area. And just think with the hips from here on your back side. So lower the bum down. It's the first thing to hit the mat. And then bring it back up. Okay, lowering it down. And then bringing it up. Good. From here, I want you to close your eyes for the next few. Okay, you might think it's weird. And as I said, your fingertips are just resting on your hip bones. Okay, and I want you to feel into this area and just see which hip wants to come down lower than the other hip. Okay, so one wants to come to the mat first. That's generally the weaker side. Okay, I can definitely feel my left hip wants to lead down. It's definitely saying I've had enough, get me out of here. But what I want to do is focus in on that and then push into the mat a little bit harder with that foot as it comes back up. And try and level off the pelvic region. I'm still moving through this bridge position, so keep going until I say when. So you're lowering down for about 3, coming up for about 3 seconds, okay? No move is too quick. And just kind of keep those eyes closed and feed into this area. And try and level off that pelvic region, okay? And hold up here for now. Release the hands down onto the floor. Okay, walk the feet so they're under your knees. Okay, from here I want you to lift the heel of the left foot just off the mat and bring it back down. You're going to walk the heel of the right foot off the mat and bring it down. And just keep marching the feet up and down. Good. Okay, make sure that the pelvic region stays level. I know you're kind of asking me, how is that possible because your leg is lifting? Just, it is. So as that leg lifts, bring the other hip with you, okay? So as I said, feel into those hip bones. Draw that belly button to spine and feel what's happening here. If at any stage your lower back starts to ache, just take a moment, bring yourself down and bring your knees into your chest, please, or else lower the hips, okay? You can lower the hips first just to see if that helps, and then if that's not helping, then just bring your knees into your chest, okay? We're gonna go for 3 more, and 2 more, and 1 more. And then when you're ready, bring your hands towards the ceiling. Sorry, last one. Inhale to reach back, your hips stay up. Exhale to bring the hands all the way down, palms facing the floor. Inhale, palms facing in as you extend back. Reach to all the way back if you can. Keep the ribs down, and then all the way back down. So as my arms lift back, my ribs stay down. That means my abs are working to keep them here. So abs are still on duty. They're not switching off. They're not on holidays just yet. Okay? We're reaching back. And then palms facing down. 2 more reaches. Inhaling as you reach back. Inhale, 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 and exhale, coming down. Hands stay down. Slowly come down, 1 vertebrae at a time. Rounding the stomach area. Slowly come down. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Release the tension out of the lower back and the stomach area. Bring your knees into your chest and rolling from side to side. Hope everything's okay. I'm going to get some water. My mouth is so dry. Okay. So from here, you're going to bring yourselves into an imprint position. So like we did at the start of class, everybody, where your lower back is connected with the mat. Okay. I want activation through the abs. So if I was to hit, I want you to hit your stomach. So as we hit our stomach, we brace ourselves. I want a little bit of that going on. Okay. Protecting that spine area. Once that happens, your ribs come down automatically. Let that happen too. If you need something under your head, place it under now. So imprint lower back, bring one leg to tabletop, and then bring the other leg to meet it. Okay, I know I repeat myself, but sometimes you need to for it to stick, and sometimes we forget to do things, okay? And it's for the new people also. So lowering that right foot towards the mat as low as you can go, and then bring it back up, touching with your big toe. Big toe should be the first to meet the floor, and then bring it up. Okay, slowly, guys. Slowly, and reach the foot away. Rather than kind of just reaching down straight, like bending the leg and then go from there, extend away a little bit, if you can keep your imprint. If you're losing your imprint, guys, you have the option to do what we did at the start, place one foot down and just work with one side. And do 5 on one side and then do 5 on the other. Okay, we're nearly there. Give me one more each side. Very good. Excellent. Okay, locking the knees and ankles together. If you need a little rest, bring them into your chest for a second, then bring them away. Back to tabletop, ankles, knees stuck together. Hands go a little bit wider on the floor, so I'm not quite fully stretched. So if I was 12 o'clock with my head, I'm about 22 and 20 past on the clock, okay? So we're gonna take an inhale here, staying in imprint position. We're gonna slowly exhale towards the camera or to the left side of the room. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Take an inhale here and then exhale, rolling back to the center. Now, I don't want you to be heroes here and try and get your legs onto the floor. That's not the point. Inhale, exhale, move to the opposite side. Once you feel those muscles on the outside here, under the rib cage working, then you want to draw back in, okay? You don't need to go too far to feel that, guys. So please don't try and get as low as you can go. It's not about that. Okay, and Pilates is not all about extreme. Again, as I said earlier, it's about control, slow movements, and feeling what's going on in your body, I think, is the most important thing, and knowing when not to do something and when something feels wrong. So keep going, and we're nearly there. Breathing out as you move out, inhale to stay, and then coming back to center. You're going to stay for an inhale in the middle and then exhale as you move to the other side. Rolling, stay here for an inhale and then rolling back to center. We're going to do 2 more. Exhale to the left or whatever side you're on if you're rushing. And then back to center. And exhale to the other side. This is your last one here. Okay, great. Back to center. Anyone struggling, just bring your knees into your chest for a moment. Bring them back to tabletop position. We're going to take our hands behind our head. We're going to take an inhale here and then exhale coming into ab prep position. Have a little look at your stomach here. Is it kind of doming? If it is, try and draw the belly button down a little bit. Elbows back. From here we're going for toe taps. So just bringing toes down. And Jennifer or anyone that may be pregnant, please rest your head down for these. And also on the last one you could have rested the head down and done spinal rotation, which is really, really good. Keep going. All right. Well done. I'll show you a variation for the next exercise also, Jennifer. Keep going. We're going to be doing obliques for the next one. So toe taps as we did. If anyone's finding this too difficult, they don't have to go down so far with their feet if you're losing your imprint. Or you can rest your head down, but stay up in that ab prep position. Rest your head into your hands. We're nearly there, guys. Last 2. The last one. Okay, staying up, or you can rest your head down for a moment. Anyone struggling can place their feet down also. Inhale to stay, exhale, we're going to rotate here. We're doing obliques. I'm going to show you a different one, Jennifer, now in a second. Inhale to lower and exhale to rotate. Jennifer, if you want to place your feet on the floor, keep them at tabletop. Just literally reach towards your heels and then the other side. Okay, going side to side, you can rest your head on the floor. Obviously don't come into sit-up position. Reaching down. I think you can lift your legs to tabletop, it'll get a deeper contraction. And everybody else keep going with the obliques, please. Rotation, inhale to the center, exhale, rotate. You can also bring your feet down if you're struggling. Okay, center and rotate. We're not fully resting our head down, guys. It literally comes back to center in an elevation position and then rotates. And it's armpit to knee rather than elbow to knee. If you think with your elbow, you're going to pull on your head, and that's cheating. Okay, 2 more. 1 more. Your legs are meant to be in tabletop. Sorry, I just showed you variation for someone that may be struggling. Knees into your chest. Okay. And we're going to go on to our fronts for Swan Dive. Okay. So we're nearly there. We've got 10 minutes, I think, or a little bit less, and then some stretching. It's a nice long line with the body. Reaching the hands as far away as possible and as wide. Go kind of well wider than shoulder distance apart, okay? Go a little bit wider, so it's hip distance with your feet. What I want you to do is just let the hands land where they land. And I want you to push into the floor with the hands and just stay in this position for a moment. Prepare your lower back for the extension that it's going to go into. Your arms are lifted off the floor. Okay, so my elbows are off the floor. Okay, chest is lifted. And then I want you to follow, so your neck should follow the line of your spine. So your eye line is slightly down, kind of maybe meeting the tips of your fingers, that line there. Legs are relaxed. I want you to relax your bum here also, so no tension in the glutes. Just lower yourself down, inhale. And then slowly press into the floor again, exhale, lifting up. And as I said, you shouldn't really feel this in the lower back. Okay, more mid-back. Arms are just lifted, and that's where your body should go, as far as those arms extend. And then I want you to bring your hands down towards your shoulders. They're in front of the shoulder area, okay? As I mean forward of the body, but they're as wide as the elbow lands, okay? So wherever your elbow sits onto the floor, your hands are in line with that elbow. Okay, from here, guys, I want you to look at the mat. Take an inhale here. And on the exhale, squeeze the glutes before we start. Draw the belly button in. And slowly, 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 using your muscles in your back, your glutes, your quads are helping you lift here, believe it or not. And slowly lifting up. You're not using your arms fully. There's a little bit going through the arms. I'd say maybe 5-10%, okay? Not much at all. We're inhaling to stay, and then exhaling to come back down. I will get you to lift your arms in a moment just to see the difference. Inhale to stay, exhale, lifting up. Try not to be looking up at something in front of you. Eye line stays down. Open the back of the neck area. Nice long line with the neck. Stay looking at the point that you're started with. Inhale to stay, exhale to lower down. We're going for 3 more. Inhale. Contract the glutes. Exhale, slowly lifting. Feel the back muscles firing up here to bring you into this position. Inhale to stay, exhale to lower down. Too often we spend too much time exercising the fronts of our body and we forget about posterior chain. Inhale, exhale to lift. That's so important because we only ever look at the front, don't we? Inhale to stay and exhale and lower down. And inhale and exhale to lift. And we're only ever using the front mainly because we walk forward, we run forward. And lower down. When we're sitting, we're crossing our legs, we're lifting our legs to cross them. And everything's shortened. Okay, from there, guys, nice long line with the arms. Go wide again. And I want you to go a little bit wider with the feet, okay? And I want you to draw the quads, so tighten up the front of the thighs, and automatically your knees will lift off the floor, okay? Eye line down. So take an inhale here, head is lifted. And on the exhale, you're going to lift both legs off the floor. And then when you're ready, lifting the arms like Superman. We're going to hold this position. We're going to breathe into it. Taking an inhale. We're going to slowly bring the elbows down towards our sides, squeezing them down. Draw the shoulder blades together. Squeeze the elbows to your side. And then push away. Good. Slowly. We're going to bring the elbows down, squeeze, arms are lifted the whole time, and then push away. Inhale as you squeeze the elbows in at your sides, draw the shoulder blades together, squeeze the shoulder blades, and then push away. We're going for 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. Bring the hands down, lower the legs. Lower the body down. Rest your forehead onto your hands. Take a moment. Take a breath. And then, guys, we're going to go bring it back to the one we were just doing a moment ago. You're going to take an inhale here. On the exhale, elevate the arms. Okay, I told you I was just going to check in to make sure you're not cheating. Take an inhale. And on the exhale, slowly, slowly squeezing the glutes, and then to prepare, draw the belly button in, and then lifting your chest off the floor. Now, you should only be feeling it as far, you feel your lower rib, just about there, okay? Like your lower back is working, trust me, but I don't want you compressing into that lower back. Lower down, and exhale. If you are, then you're kind of going too high. Again, it's not about how high you can go, guys. It's about how your body feels doing this and is far enough for you, basically. And lower down. Everyone's different, okay? Everybody's body's different. And we're gonna go for one more. Great, place your hands down. Come into shell stretch. We've got a bit more time. And we've got 3-ish exercises. One has a couple of exercises involved, so we started a bit late, so we'll keep going. I'm a couple of minutes over. I never leave you short, lads, as much as you'd like me to. Okay, bring your hands down onto the floor. In line with your shoulders, extending one leg, and then bring the other leg to meet it. Plank position. A lot of planking going on today. No side planks, actually, Barbara. For your birthday, I might actually throw one in. Okay, I want you to push the heels away further. Holding. Then bring them forward. Push them away further. And then bring them forward. Keeping that long line with your body. One more. And then bring them forward. Place the knees down. And then come onto your side. We're missing one exercise because we're running out of time, so I will just lower down here and throw a side plank in instead. Okay, feet under your backside, stack the knees are bent, and make sure that your hips are level. Okay, so one isn't back or forward, that they're completely level. Even rub your hand along your front there and feel how even that area is. Straight line, okay? Activate your side, so if it's on the floor, lift it up. Your hand should fit nicely under there. Okay, little mouse trap, little hole for the mouse. Okay, we're gonna lift, ankles stuck together, clam position, and lift and lower. We're gonna inhale and exhale. We're gonna go for 9 more. Rest your head fully down, guys. And don't lose that activation on the side, so check in there every now and again. Okay, and the leg only lifts as far as this hip allows it. So if the hip starts drawing back, it means you're gone too far. So place your hand on your hip. Should be no kind of deviation from where that hip is. Hope you're all okay. We're nearly there. One more. Excellent. From here, lifting that leg in line with your hip, the whole leg lifts. And we're going to lift higher and then bring it back in line with your hip. So it never rests down. Lift and lower. Good. And you want to extend the arm and place your hand down just to keep that activation in that lower waist. The one I mean towards the mat, nearest the mat. Good. Lifting and lowering. And again, that hip on top does not come back. It stays forward. I hope you're all keeping with me. We're nearly there. Last one. Well done. Extending that leg forward. Nice long line, in line with your hip. Place your hand in front just to stabilize you and go circles forward. So we're drawing a circle with this leg. Think from the hip area. Okay. If you're strong enough, you can release that hand. Okay. And there should be no movement going on in that lower region from the belly button down to the hip. And we're going to go back. Good. We're nearly there. And one more. Hold the leg here, lower and lift for 10, 9. You can place the hand back down. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Smack, smack. Elbow under your shoulder. We're going to do side plank for Barbara. And we're going to hold it for, how old are you, Barbara? 45? We're going to hold for 45 seconds. We're 90, was it? Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, up you get. release. Good. If anyone's struggling, everybody else keep going, please. Bend the knees, okay, and then come up from here. Anybody else, keep the legs straight, but please hold the plank. Stay with me. I wasn't messing about 45 seconds, by the way. I've got 15 to go. Nearly there. And 5, 4, lift the head, Barbara, and relax. And we're going the other side. Hope you're enjoying it, guys. Nearly there. Bend the knees. Last 5 exercises. They'll be over before you know it. Activate the side, rest the head down, knees in front, heels under your back side. Let's move quick. Everyone should be in position by now, and we're going. Gotta move quick. Keep going. Remember what I told you, hip forward, level with the other hip. Activation under the waist, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Elevate that leg, and lift and lower, 10, 9, 8, 7. You can nearly place your forearm on your, from hip to hip. So place one, like place your fingertips on the hip of the one on the floor, and then rest your forearm on the other hip, and you can feel kind of what's going on. One more. Good. Straighten that leg, straighten the other leg if you want. And we're going for circles forward. Release the hand if you want. Challenge yourself. Good. If there's too much shifting going on, put that hand back down. And the opposite way. Good. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. No bend in that knee. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, side plank, 45 seconds. Okay, so as I said before, beginner level from the knees, and then advanced level, extend and lift. Nice long line from the feet to your shoulder. And we've started. Now, might be 50 seconds for this one. I'll be messing. Keep going. Generally, I like to work out in the bare feet because you can kind of slip when you're doing plank position, that kind of thing. So hopefully anyone that's in there is not and they're slipping, quickly take the socks off and get back in. Keep going. Nearly there. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Gently come down. And you are toasted, guys. I'm going to just stretch out. Well, not physically, virtually, but I'm going to unmute you all. So be careful what you say. Your names. How was that?
Happy birthday.
Easy.
Okay, mermaid pose, guys. Bring that front leg in front. Or sorry, left leg in front. Left leg in front. You sit on the pillow. Place a pillow on your backside. It helps.
Bring in a little pillow, Pat.
Okay. With the leg in front, lift that same arm up towards the ceiling and reach down towards that other side. I hope you enjoyed that. Keep that other side open, so don't let that waist come forward. I want you to really open up that left side, your left arm that's over. Don't let it rotate forward. Get a nice stretch along there. Keep that area back. Lower that hand down and swap legs, please. I hope you're okay with me going over a few minutes. Sorry. Just with a bit of few issues at the start of class. And reaching over. And again, that shoulder, bring it back. Right against it, wanting to come forward. And relax the other arm down. Do a little stretch along your side here. And try to keep the leg as low as possible. Okay. Going back. From here, guys, come onto your knees, extending the left leg long, and place the sole of the foot, if you can, onto the floor. If you have a knee issue, place something padded underneath the knees if the floor is quite hard. And same thing, I want you to reach over with the leg, with the arm the same side with the legs, and reach down towards the extended leg. Slowly drawing yourself back up with your abdominal region, and then slowly lowering down. Feel a lovely stretch along the adductor area. A really nice one. And like before, open up that shoulder area. Try and level off the chest. And slowly come back up, swap over. Make sure your knees under your hip. Walk the hand down towards that long leg. And reaching down. Getting a lovely adductor stretch here. Walk up, one more of these. Walk up. Okay, from here, knees to your hips. I want you to walk, place your hands on your back side basically. Have a good L feel. And then walk your hand down your thighs. With your hand, just place your hands onto the backs of your legs. If you can't, you can prop a pillow there also. And what I want you to do is grab your ankles and then push open through the chest. Exactly like that. Place one hand on your hip, on your back, and then support yourself coming back up. From there, come into seated position. March the legs out. Bend your knees to begin. Grab your ankles. And slowly, slowly, slowly pushing out the left leg. Keep the right leg bent. Are we doing it here? Yeah? And then bring that left leg to bend position. And slowly, slowly, slowly walking the right leg out straight. Bend that right knee. We're going to do one more side. Bring your toes towards you, just get a little bit deeper of a stretch. And one more. Side. And then extend both legs. Open your hands up towards your knees. Reach the arms nice and long. Make sure you've got room behind you. You don't knock yourself out. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, rounding your abdominals. Inhale, coming up nice and tall. Exhale, round and roll. One more, inhale. Exhale, round. We're going all the way down to the floor. Slowly, 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 slowly. Rest your head down, knees into your chest. And just rock on your spine side to side. Last stretch each side. Keep the left knee in your chest. Extend the right leg. Hold. Pull towards your opposite knee. Opposite shoulder, sorry, knee to opposite shoulder. And then place that foot down. And then bring the other leg up. Last one, guys, sorry. Hold. And then bring that knee to the opposite shoulder. And then release down. Up to center. Cross your legs if you can. Reaching the hands up leg of yourself. Reach towards the ceiling. Hold, inhale, exhale, come down. Inhale, reach up. Reach up, exhale, come down. One more, inhale. Exhale, come down. Well done, everybody. I just want to get a little picture before you go. Gotta sell myself, you know. So hold on a second, and I want to see how everyone got. Okay. Where are you? Give us a look. Okay, some of you don't have it on. That's okay. Okay, you can smile. Well done. I've got to say, smile. Good stuff. Okay, how was that? I hope you enjoyed it.
Brilliant, Kate.
Thanks, Kate. Thanks a million, Kate.
Wasn't too
Thanks,
hard.
Kate.
Thanks a million,
Always
Kate.
hard.
What?
Bye.
Look at my face. I'm bloody roasted.
Thanks, Kate.
Thanks a million, Kate. Bye, love.
I hope
Bye.
you enjoyed. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
Bye.
Kate, bye.